The year is 2025, and the world is moving faster than ever. Technology is rewriting the rules of work, culture, and connection. Social movements are reshaping what it means to belong, to be seen, to be heard. In the midst of all this change, one truth stands out with more urgency than ever before. Black excellence is not just a catchphrase, a hashtag, or a fleeting trend. It is a necessity. It is a force. It is the answer to questions that have haunted generations and the key to unlocking a future that is bold, just, and limitless. But what does Black excellence really mean in 2025? Is it about individual achievement, about breaking records, shattering glass ceilings, and collecting accolades? Or is it something deeper, something that pulses through communities, families, and histories? To understand why Black excellence matters now more than ever, we have to look beyond the headlines and the highlight reels. We have to dig into the stories, the struggles, the triumphs, and the quiet moments of resilience that define what it means to be excellent in a world that hasn't always made room for Black brilliance. Let's start with a scene that's playing out in cities and towns across America. A young Black woman, the first in her family to graduate from college, stands on a stage, diploma in hand. Her family cheers from the audience, tears streaming down their faces. For them, this moment is more than a personal victory. It's a generational breakthrough. It's the culmination of sacrifices made by parents, grandparents, and ancestors who dreamed of a day when their children would have opportunities they could only imagine. This is Black excellence. Not just the achievement, but the journey, the legacy, the community that lifts each other up. Contrast that with another scene, a boardroom in a tech startup, where a young Black man pitches an idea that could change the industry. He's smart, prepared, and passionate, but he's also the only Black person in the room. The stakes are high, and the pressure is real. Every word he speaks carries the weight of representation, the hope that his success will open doors for others. This is Black excellence too, the courage to show up, to innovate, to lead, even when the odds are stacked against you. In 2025, Black excellence is more than a personal goal. It's a collective movement. It's about rewriting narratives that have been shaped by centuries of exclusion and erasure. It's about challenging systems that still, in subtle and not so subtle ways, try to limit what Black people can achieve. It's about creating new spaces, new opportunities, and new definitions of success that reflect the full spectrum of Black talent, creativity, and ambition. Why is this so important now? Because the world is watching. Because the stakes are higher than ever. Because every barrier that falls, every stereotype that is shattered, every new path that is forged sends a message, not just to Black communities, but to the world at large. The message is clear. Black excellence is not the exception. It is the expectation. It is the standard. It is the future. But let's be honest. Black excellence is not always celebrated. Sometimes it's met with skepticism, with envy, with resistance. Sometimes it's misunderstood, reduced to tokenism, or used as a shield to avoid addressing deeper issues of inequality. That's why it's so important to tell the real stories, to show the full picture, to honor the complexity and the humanity behind every achievement. Take, for example, the rise of Black entrepreneurs in 2025. Across industries, from tech to fashion to food, Black-owned businesses are thriving, creating jobs, building wealth, and transforming communities. But behind every success story is a history of struggle, of doors closed, of funding denied, of ideas dismissed. Black excellence in entrepreneurship is not just about making money. It's about resilience, about vision, about building something that lasts. Or consider the world of art and culture. In 2025, Black creators are at the forefront of music, film, literature, and visual arts. Their work shapes global trends, challenges old narratives, and inspires new generations. But this excellence is not just about fame or fortune. It's about using art as a tool for healing, for resistance, for connection. It's about telling stories that have been silenced, about reclaiming space, about celebrating the beauty and the power of Black identity. Education is another arena where Black excellence is making waves. In classrooms across the country, Black students are excelling in STEM, in the humanities, in sports, and in leadership. They are breaking barriers, setting records, and redefining what is possible. But their success is not just a personal triumph. It's a testament to the power of community, of mentorship, of support systems that nurture talent and ambition. In 2025, the importance of Black excellence goes beyond individual achievement. It's about collective progress. It's about lifting as we climb. It's about creating a world where every Black child can see themselves reflected in positions of power, in stories of success, in visions of the future. It's about dismantling the barriers that still exist and building new pathways for those who will come after us. The world is changing, but the need for Black excellence is constant. It is the engine that drives progress, the light that guides the way, the promise that tomorrow can be better than today. In a time of uncertainty, of rapid change, of new challenges and new opportunities, Black excellence is more important than ever. It is not just a goal, it is a movement, a legacy, a revolution. In 2025, the conversation around Black excellence is evolving. It's no longer just about breaking barriers in traditional spaces. It's about redefining what those spaces look like and who gets to occupy them. The digital revolution has opened new doors, but it's also exposed new challenges. Social media platforms, once hailed as equalizers, have become battlegrounds for representation, authenticity, and influence. Black creators are not just participating in these spaces, they're shaping them, setting trends, and building communities that transcend borders. Yet, with every viral moment comes the pressure to perform, to represent, to be excellent at all times. The world is watching, and the stakes feel higher than ever. But Black excellence in 2025 is not about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about showing up as your full self, flaws and all, and refusing to shrink in the face of scrutiny. It's about telling the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about celebrating wins, but also acknowledging the setbacks, the failures, the lessons learned along the way. In a world obsessed with highlight reels, Black excellence is about embracing the journey, not just the destination. Consider the impact of Black voices in politics and activism. In 2025, Black leaders are at the forefront of movements for justice, equity, and change. They are running for office, organizing communities, and holding systems accountable. Their excellence is not just measured in votes or headlines. It's measured in lives changed, in policies reformed, in hope restored. But this work is not easy. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to stand alone when necessary. It requires a deep commitment to the collective good, even when the personal cost is high. Black excellence is also about innovation. In science, technology, and medicine, Black professionals are making breakthroughs that save lives and shape the future. They are leading research teams, developing new technologies, and challenging the status quo. Their work is often overlooked or underfunded, but their impact is undeniable. In 2025, the world is finally beginning to recognize the value of diverse perspectives in solving complex problems. Black excellence in these fields is not just about individual achievement, it's about expanding the boundaries of what's possible for everyone. Yet, for all the progress, the challenges remain. Systemic barriers still exist, from disparities in education and healthcare to gaps in wealth and opportunity. The fight for equity is far from over. That's why Black excellence is so important. It's a beacon, a reminder that greatness is possible even in the face of adversity. It's a call to action, urging us to keep pushing, to keep striving, to keep believing in the power of our dreams. In families and communities, Black excellence is more than just achievement. It's about legacy. It's about passing down wisdom, values, and traditions that have sustained generations. It's about teaching the next generation to be proud of who they are, to honor their roots, and to dream without limits. In 2025, Black families are redefining success on their own terms, celebrating milestones big and small, and building networks of support that uplift everyone.
The importance of Black excellence is also reflected in the way we tell our stories. In books, films, and music, Black creators are reclaiming narratives that have been distorted or erased. They are telling stories of love, joy, struggle, and triumph that reflect the full spectrum of the Black experience. These stories matter, not just for representation, but for healing, for connection, for understanding. In a world that often tries to define us by our struggles, Black excellence is about celebrating our strengths, our creativity, our resilience. In the workplace, Black professionals are demanding more than just a seat at the table. They're building their own tables. They are starting businesses, leading organizations, and mentoring the next generation of leaders. They are challenging outdated norms, advocating for equity, and creating cultures where everyone can thrive. In 2025, Black excellence in the workplace is more than just climbing the corporate ladder. It's about transforming the ladder itself. But perhaps the most important aspect of Black excellence in 2025 is its impact on the future. Every achievement, every breakthrough, every act of courage sends a message to the next generation. You belong here. You are capable. You are powerful. You are enough. In a world that still tries to limit what Black people can achieve, Black excellence is a radical act of self-love and collective empowerment. The journey is not easy. The path is not always clear, but the importance of Black excellence has never been greater. It is the foundation on which we build our dreams, the fuel that drives our progress, the light that guides us forward. In 2025, Black excellence is not just a goal, it is a movement, a legacy, a revolution that is changing the world one story at a time.
Black excellence in 2025 is not just about the headlines or the viral moments. It's about the everyday acts of resilience, creativity, and leadership that often go unnoticed. It's the teacher who stays late to mentor a student, the entrepreneur who reinvests in their community, the artist who uses their platform to inspire and uplift. These are the stories that rarely make the news, but they are the backbone of progress. They are the quiet revolutions that, over time, transform families, neighborhoods, and entire societies. In a world that is increasingly interconnected, the ripple effects of Black excellence are felt far beyond individual achievement. When one person breaks through a barrier, it opens doors for others. When a community rallies around its members, it creates a culture of support and possibility. In 2025, we see this in the rise of Black-led organizations, networks, and movements that are changing the landscape of business, education, and civic life. These collectives are not just about individual success, they are about building ecosystems where excellence is nurtured, celebrated, and sustained. Contrast this with the persistent challenges that Black communities continue to face. Despite progress, systemic inequities remain deeply entrenched. Access to quality education, healthcare, and economic opportunity is still uneven. The wealth gap persists, and the impact of historical injustices continues to shape the present. In this context, Black excellence is not just a celebration, it is a form of resistance. It is a way of saying we will not be defined by our obstacles. We will define ourselves by our achievements, our values, and our vision for the future. This resistance is not always loud or confrontational. Sometimes it is quiet and steady, a refusal to give up, a commitment to keep moving forward no matter the odds. It is the parent who works multiple jobs to provide for their children, the student who studies late into the night, the community leader who organizes food drives and mentorship programs. These acts of excellence are not always recognized, but they are essential. They are the foundation on which progress is built. In 2025, the importance of Black excellence is also reflected in the way we support each other. Mentorship, collaboration, and community building are more important than ever. Black professionals are reaching back to lift others up, sharing knowledge, resources, and opportunities. This culture of support is not just about individual advancement, it is about collective empowerment. It is about creating a world where everyone has the chance to succeed. The digital age has made it easier than ever to connect, to share stories, and to build networks of support.
Social media platforms, online communities, and virtual events have become powerful tools for amplifying Black voices and celebrating Black excellence. But with this visibility comes new challenges: cyberbullying, misinformation, and the pressure to constantly perform. In 2025, navigating these spaces requires resilience, discernment, and a strong sense of self. Black excellence is also about wellness, mental, physical, and emotional. In a world that often demands more than it gives, taking care of oneself is an act of excellence. It is the athlete who prioritizes rest and recovery, the professional who sets boundaries, the artist who makes time for joy and reflection. In 2025, conversations about wellness are becoming more central to the narrative of Black excellence. It is no longer just about achievement, it is about thriving in every sense of the word. Education remains a critical arena for Black excellence. In classrooms across the country, Black students are excelling in academics, sports, the arts, and leadership. They are challenging stereotypes, setting new standards, and inspiring their peers. But their success is not just a personal victory, it is a testament to the power of community, mentorship, and support systems that nurture talent and ambition. In 2025, Black educators, administrators, and advocates are working tirelessly to create environments where every student can reach their full potential. The arts continue to be a powerful platform for Black excellence. In music, film, literature, and visual arts, Black creators are telling stories that reflect the richness and diversity of the Black experience. They are challenging old narratives, pushing boundaries, and inspiring new generations. Their work is not just about entertainment, it is about healing, connection, and transformation. In 2025, the world is finally beginning to recognize the value of these contributions, but there is still work to be done to ensure that Black artists have the resources and opportunities they deserve. In business and entrepreneurship, Black excellence is driving innovation and creating new opportunities. Black-owned businesses are thriving, creating jobs and building wealth in communities that have long been underserved. These entrepreneurs are not just building companies, they are building legacies. They are showing the world what is possible when talent, vision, and determination come together.
In 2025, the narrative of Black excellence is also being shaped by the power of representation. When young people see themselves reflected in positions of influence, whether it's in government, media, science, or sports, it expands their sense of what's possible. Representation is not just about visibility, it's about validation. It's about knowing that your dreams are not out of reach, that your story matters, that you belong in every room where decisions are made and futures are shaped. This is why Black excellence is more important than ever. In a world where images and stories travel at the speed of light, every achievement, every breakthrough, every act of leadership sends a message that ripples across communities and generations. It tells young people, you can do this. You can be this. You are not limited by the past or by the expectations of others. This sense of possibility is transformative. It fuels ambition, inspires action, and creates a culture where excellence is not the exception, but the norm. But representation alone is not enough. True Black excellence is about substance, not just style. It's about integrity, accountability, and a commitment to making a difference. It's about using your platform, no matter how big or small, to uplift others, to challenge injustice, to build something that lasts. In 2025, we see this in the rise of Black leaders who are not just breaking barriers, but building bridges. They are creating opportunities for others, investing in their communities, and redefining what it means to lead. Contrast this with the challenges that come with being a trailblazer. The pressure to be perfect, to never make mistakes, to carry the hopes and dreams of an entire community can be overwhelming. The scrutiny is intense, the expectations are high, and the margin for error is often razor thin. In 2025, Black excellence requires not just talent and hard work, but resilience, self-care, and a strong support system. It requires the courage to keep going, even when the path is lonely or uncertain.
The importance of Black excellence is also evident in the way it challenges stereotypes and reshapes narratives. For too long, the stories told about Black communities have been defined by struggle, deficit, and limitation. But in 2025, Black excellence is rewriting the script. It's highlighting stories of innovation, leadership, creativity, and joy. It's showing the world that Black communities are not just surviving, they are thriving, leading, and setting the pace for the future. In the world of sports, Black athletes continue to break records and set new standards of excellence. But their impact goes beyond the field or the court. They are using their platforms to advocate for social justice, to mentor young people, and to invest in their communities. Their excellence is not just about winning, it's about lifting others as they climb, about using their influence to create positive change. In science and technology, Black innovators are making discoveries that are changing the world. They're leading research teams, developing new technologies, and solving problems that affect millions of lives. Their work is often under-recognized, but it is essential. In 2025, the world is beginning to understand that diversity is not just a moral imperative, it's a strategic advantage. Black excellence in these fields is driving progress, sparking innovation, and expanding the boundaries of what's possible. In the realm of public service, Black leaders are shaping policy, advocating for equity, and building coalitions that drive change. They are navigating complex systems, challenging the status quo, and working to ensure that every voice is heard. Their excellence is measured not just in titles or accolades, but in the lives they touch and the communities they serve. But perhaps the most profound impact of Black excellence in 2025 is the way it inspires hope. In a world that can often feel divided and uncertain, stories of achievement, resilience, and leadership offer a vision of what's possible. They remind us that progress is possible, that change is within reach, that the future is not fixed but can be shaped by those who dare to dream and to act. Black excellence is not just a personal achievement, it is a collective victory. It is the result of generations of struggle, sacrifice, and determination. It is a testament to the power of community, the strength of culture, and the resilience of the human spirit. In 2025, it is more important than ever, not just for Black communities, but for the world.
As we move deeper into 2025, the urgency of Black excellence becomes even more apparent in the face of global challenges. The world is grappling with issues that affect everyone: climate change, economic uncertainty, political polarization, and rapid technological change. In this landscape, the contributions of Black thinkers, leaders, and innovators are not just valuable, they are essential. Black excellence brings new perspectives, creative solutions, and a spirit of resilience that is needed now more than ever. Consider the impact of Black environmentalists and climate activists who are leading the charge for sustainability and justice. Their work is not just about protecting the planet, it's about ensuring that marginalized communities are not left behind in the transition to a greener future. In 2025, Black excellence in environmental leadership is driving conversations about equity, access, and the right to clean air and water. These leaders are challenging industries, influencing policy, and inspiring a new generation to see themselves as stewards of the earth. In the world of technology, Black innovators are at the forefront of the digital revolution. They are developing apps, launching startups, and creating platforms that connect people, solve problems, and build wealth. Their work is breaking down barriers to entry, democratizing access to information, and creating new opportunities for economic mobility. In 2025, Black excellence in tech is not just about coding or engineering, it's about vision, entrepreneurship, and the courage to disrupt the status quo. The importance of Black excellence is also evident in the realm of health and wellness. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed deep disparities in healthcare, but it also highlighted the leadership of Black doctors, nurses, researchers, and advocates who fought tirelessly for their communities. In 2025, these leaders are continuing to push for equity in healthcare, addressing mental health stigma, and promoting holistic wellness. Their excellence is saving lives, shaping policy, and building healthier futures for all.
Education remains a cornerstone of Black excellence. In 2025, Black educators, administrators, and students are transforming schools and universities. They're advocating for inclusive curricula, equitable funding, and supportive learning environments. Their work is not just about academic achievement, it's about creating spaces where every student feels seen, valued, and empowered to succeed. Black excellence in education is about more than test scores. It's about nurturing the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and creators. In the arts, Black creators continue to set the pace for global culture. Musicians, filmmakers, writers, and visual artists are telling stories that resonate across borders and generations. Their work challenges stereotypes, celebrates identity, and sparks important conversations. In 2025, Black excellence in the arts is not just about entertainment, it's about shaping the way we see the world and ourselves. But the importance of Black excellence goes beyond individual fields. It is about the intersections, where art meets activism, where business meets community, where science meets social justice. In 2025, the most powerful examples of Black excellence are found in those who bridge worlds, who bring people together, who use their talents to create change on multiple fronts. Contrast this with the ongoing challenges of representation and access. Despite progress, Black professionals and creators still face barriers to funding, mentorship, and visibility. The fight for equity is ongoing, and the work is far from finished. But every act of excellence, every breakthrough, every innovation, every story told chips away at those barriers and paves the way for those who will come next. Black excellence is also joy. In a world that often focuses on struggle, it is important to celebrate moments of happiness, connection, and fulfillment. In 2025, Black communities are finding new ways to celebrate their achievements, honor their traditions, and create spaces of belonging. These moments of joy are not just a respite from the challenges, they are a form of resistance, a declaration that Black lives are not just valuable, but vibrant and full of possibility. The importance of Black excellence in 2025 cannot be overstated. It is the engine of progress, the source of hope, and the foundation of a more just and equitable world. It is a reminder that greatness is not defined by circumstance, but by vision, determination, and the willingness to keep moving forward.
In 2025, the story of Black excellence is also a story of healing. For generations, Black communities have carried the weight of trauma, historical, generational, and personal. The scars of injustice, exclusion, and violence run deep, but so does the capacity for healing, for joy, and for renewal. Black excellence is not just about overcoming obstacles. It's about transforming pain into power and struggle into strength. It's about reclaiming narratives, honoring ancestors, and building futures that are rooted in hope. Healing takes many forms. It's found in the therapist's office, where Black mental health professionals are breaking down stigma and providing culturally competent care. It's found in the yoga studio, the church, the barbershop, and the kitchen table. Spaces where community is built and stories are shared. In 2025, Black excellence includes the courage to seek help, to rest, to set boundaries, and to prioritize well-being. It's about understanding that self-care is not selfish, but essential for sustaining the fight for justice and progress. This focus on healing is also visible in the arts. Black musicians, poets, and visual artists are creating work that speaks to the soul, that acknowledges pain, but also celebrates resilience and joy. Their art is a balm, a rallying cry, and a roadmap for the future. In 2025, Black excellence in the arts is more than just entertainment. It's about transformation, about using creativity as a tool for healing and connection. In the world of business, Black entrepreneurs are building companies that prioritize wellness, equity, and community. They are creating products and services that address the unique needs of their communities, from health and beauty to technology and finance. Their success is measured not just in profits, but in the positive impact they have on people's lives. In 2025, Black excellence in business is about redefining what it means to succeed and about building legacies that last. Education continues to be a site of both challenge and triumph.
Black students, teachers, and administrators are pushing for curricula that reflect the true history and contributions of Black people. They're advocating for safe, supportive learning environments and for policies that close achievement gaps. Their excellence is not just about grades or test scores. It's about creating spaces where every student can thrive, where every story is valued, and where every dream is possible. In science and medicine, Black professionals are leading research on health disparities, developing new treatments, and advocating for equitable access to care. Their work is saving lives and shaping policy, but it's also about representation, about ensuring that Black voices are heard in every conversation about health and wellness. In 2025, Black excellence in medicine is more than just expertise. It's about empathy, advocacy, and a commitment to justice. The importance of Black excellence in 2025 cannot be overstated. It is the engine of progress, the source of hope, and the foundation of a more just and equitable world. It is a reminder that greatness is not defined by circumstance, but by vision, determination, and the willingness to keep moving forward.